Need a summer skin refresh? Skinworks Wellness in Hendersonville, Tennessee is offering free consultations and July specials on fillers and hydrofacials. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook for flash sales. Hey guys, welcome back to another Golden Nugget with your girl Sam. Listen, today we are going to be talking about the millennial women. You know who I'm talking about, girls. If you have ever been shamed for being a millennial, listen, we're about to talk about all the positive things about being a millennial aged woman. I am 30 years old, so I know a thing or two about what I'm talking about. Let's get into it. Okay, y'all. I'm just going to say it. We are not like our mothers. For better or for worse, we may love them, we may hate them, we may respect them, we may be gray rocking them, but here's the thing. We do life a little bit differently from how we parent, how we do marriage, friendships, even the way that we interact with social media. Millennial women are out here unlearning old habits, reprogramming our subconscious, and healing and building something that just feels more authentic to us. This one is for the women who are doing life on their own terms, and I have a plethora of notes because I have a lot to say on this subject. We're going to start with motherhood. Oh my goodness, this is such a hot topic. Listen. Gentle parenting does not mean that I let my kids run my household regardless of what the old timers say. Gentle parenting doesn't work. You just let them run all over you. There is a difference in letting my kids run all over me and letting them have a voice. It means that I'm not passing down trauma like a family heirloom. We're raising emotionally intelligent kids who know how to say things like, I feel sad, instead of throwing a temper tantrum when they're 35 years old. We're raising emotionally mature and intelligent children. I'm out here not just trying to survive my kids. We're going to flip the script on that a little bit. I actually enjoy being a mom. I really love being my mom. And I want to destigmatize this quote. I'm not your friend, I'm your parent. Why can't I be both your friend and your parent? Why can't I be a safe haven for you and also a beacon? Why can't I be a place where you trust and seek information and wisdom, but also can't wait to get home from school and tell me about all the juicy high school drama? I think that there's room to exist in both spaces as a parent and a friend with your children. So we're out here changing the game in motherhood. We're intuitive, we're present, and we're also ambitious in what we require from being a mother. I don't want to look back on this era in life and think, I just survived motherhood. I want to thrive in motherhood. I want to soak in every day. And this may be controversial. However, again, I don't care. I look forward to the times that my kids are out of school. I am not one of those parents that just can't wait for their kids to go back to school in August. I look forward to the summer breaks and the fall breaks and Christmas and spring break. I actually really like my kids being around me. Yes, sometimes they drive me absolutely batty. Listen, it is what it is. Me and Noah, sometimes we're like oil and water. He's going through his terrible 16s, But I have to continue to remind myself that he's never been 16 before. And I've never been the parent of a 16-year-old before. So there are a lot of days that I have to remind both of us of this and ask him to give me grace, just like he requires me to give him a whole lot of grace as well. Marriage. Oh Lord, another hot topic. Listen, we're not staying in marriages out of sheer survival anymore. We're okay with leaving. We're okay with leaving in peace, and if we're smart, we had a prenup. I know that is such a hot topic, that's so controversial, but we no longer have to enter into marriages for stability. Women have, yes, there are still issues going on in the world of womanhood, but we have so many more privileges and rights in today's age. I would not go back even 20 years if you paid me. Definitely not 40 or 50 years. I'm really blessed to be able to say that I am a woman in today's age. I can own a home. I can have a bank account in my name. I can have a credit card in my name. I can vote. I can own a business in my own name. I can take out loans in my own name. And so no longer do we have to enter in the covenant of marriage for survival and success anymore. We are playing the marriage game on our own terms. Love now is a lot about partnership. We no longer live in a society where we can survive off of a one-income household. So if we're both earning money and we're both balancing the children and we're both balancing domestic responsibilities, why would we not treat it as a partnership? I'm a wife and a CEO. I run a household and multiple businesses with my husband. Listen, that's a whole nother podcast episode in itself, the way that we survive flipping back and forth between being business partners and a married couple. I have to learn how to flip in and out of masculine and feminine energy on a daily, sometimes hourly basis. And listen, we can get into that another time, but we've really had to perfect our interaction with each other, and we really have to view it as a partnership. We both have our own roles to fill. Sometimes his is masculine and mine is feminine. But as long as we have gone into this and really defined our roles and what is expected of one another clearly, then generally we don't have issues. I still believe in love, but I'm also not advocating sacrificing myself anymore. So what we do is we communicate often about our needs and our expectations, and we listen. That's the big kicker. We listen when the other person is talking. One of the most common compliments that I get is on my skin. Everyone wants to know what I do from skincare to procedures. So I trust it all to Skinworks Wellness in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Let me tell you, they know what they're doing. Whether it's hydrofacials to fillers or a full skin reset, they've got you covered. Be sure to follow them on Instagram and Facebook. They're always dropping monthly specials and flash sales. You do not want to miss these. And the best part is that consultations are always free. Book now and thank me later. We don't play this toxic game of hide and go seek with our wants and our needs. We're mature adults. We just say what we say. If we need time to process it, we express that as well. And then we move forward as partners in love, in life, and in business. We want growth. We want accountability. And we also want someone to recognize that the trash needs to be taken out without being told. Speaking of relationships, let's talk about friendships in our 30s, because I feel like this just hits different. These are people that you really thought would be beside you through the ups and downs of life, like having babies and buying your first house and job promotions, and the lows of like maybe losing a parent or, God forbid, your spouse, or losing that dream job. And almost out of nowhere, it seems like the phone just kind of stops ringing, or worse, you get that dreaded knife in your back. So it's really a lot about navigating and learning how to read people and intuition and a little bit of having thick skin. And I'm going to tell you, especially as a woman, we thought by now people would learn to stop being fake. But nope. Also, I don't have the energy to chase friendships down. Friendships are about having deep conversations and community and not passive-aggressive group chats. Like, see me out of that. The real ones know that friendships are about mutual growth and support. So if you feel like you've outgrown your friend circle, first of all, you're not alone. That has been me, and quite recently. But I know that it can feel lonely, especially if you have a touch of FOMO. But what if the only thing that you're missing out on is like the toxicity and the negative shit that just keeps you like small and stuck? By 30, we're not staying in friend circles. that we have to water ourselves down for, that we have to be fake for, that we have to worry if we're too much for. Because quite frankly, they can choke on it over there, not right here, not beside me. A lot of what has, I think, intervened in true friendships, unfortunately, and this is a hot take, but I think it's social media. Social media started out as something that was supposed to be really fun and lighthearted, and it has morphed into a game of whose life is better than whose. And I'm sure that you've all heard the concept that don't compare your life to someone else's on social media because they're all highlight reels. And whereas there's a lot of truth to that, I feel like the millennial woman is approaching social media in a different way. Social media, whereas it used to be fun, it went through a transition of toxicity. You know, the book of faces. But now it's kind of started to feel like a full-time job with no benefits, or very little, if that. But what I love seeing out of millennial women, especially lately, is that we know how to show up without selling our souls. We've learned not to take low views and engagement personally because we can't even keep up with the algorithm or all the relevant hashtags or what are we supposed to be posting, wearing, what sound are we supposed to be using. It's exhausting. So millennial women are really good about not playing by the rules because don't tell me what to do. I am not here in my social media space to go viral. I'm here to create a community. I'm here to be authentic and speak for women and to women who are just like me. One day you're going to get car shop. One day you're going to get deep healing posts. The next day you're probably going to get a thirst trap. Because let's be honest, duality, honey. And I think that lends to the fact that millennial women are paying more attention to their mental health. Listen, our mom's generations, they survived in silence because they learned that that is how they get through. They put their heads down, they pushed through, they went and cried in the laundry room while they were folding somebody's underwear. Therapy was a luxury, and antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications were taboo to talk about. And God forbid you actually talk about it out loud because then you got that scarlet letter all over you, honey. They were taught to numb it, but we name it. We feel it. We talk about it. We've taken the stigma out of it. And listen, I just want to give us a pat on the back, okay? We have done that as millennial women. We're the first generation to say, you know what? I'm not okay. And we don't feel guilty about it. We go to therapy, we read our trauma books, we journal, we sage, we meditate, we do EMDR therapy, we pull tarot cards in the parking lot, and then we go into our big meeting and we kick some ass. And we don't feel any kind of shame about that. We're out here building empires and doing inner child work all on a Tuesday afternoon. Like, yes, I'm a CEO, but also I have some abandonment issues from 1995, and I just figured it out. Slay queen. Millennial women have learned that taking care of our mental health doesn't make us weak. It makes us wise. It means that you're self-aware. It means that you don't take rage out on your kids or your spouse. It means that you know when to rest and you know when to kick some ass. Our moms were taught to self-sacrifice until they disappeared. Not us. We're teaching ourselves how to self-regulate, how to prioritize ourselves, and how to do it with a smile. So let's be honest, it still gets heavy. Even with all the awareness and all the healing and all the inner work, there are still days when we feel overwhelmed and anxious. Welcome. That's being human. We're the generation that has learned to break every rule that we were taught to follow. We're parenting different, we're loving different, but mostly we're living different. We say no more often without a full paragraph behind it. No with a period is a full sentence. We don't have it all figured out. but we're also not afraid to start over. So if you're feeling like you're not getting it quite Pinterest picture perfect, grab a drink and come sit by me, because honey, none of us are, but we're doing it together and we're getting through this life our way. So if you are a millennial woman, I want you to be encouraged today that we see you, we are you, and we are right behind you. We've got your back. Listen, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Golden Nugget on Elite Life with Sam. I love hearing from you all. I love all of the interactions that you have on our socials and on our website. Keep that shit up. Anyways, guys, until next time, be encouraged. Make sure that you are following us on all social medias. Make sure that you rate, review, and subscribe on any of our platforms where podcasts are available. And until next time, see you later. Elite Customs isn't just building cars, they're building a culture. As a female owner in a male-dominated industry, we are proud to pioneer a new kind of experience with women in mind, one where women feel empowered and inspired in the custom car space. From wraps to audio and everything in between, Elite is a full-service custom shop that makes your dreams a reality. Women want badass rides too, am I right? Follow Elite Customs TN on Instagram and TikTok. Inquire online at elitecustomstn.com. By appointment only, and consultations are always free.